leaving the car? Remember, don't screen. Right, when we load into qualifying, I'll start. Okay.
Mhm.
Flick to your Instagram once in a while. DMs.
Yeah, I'll be looking I'll be doing what I always do, just look at the social media and just see what people are saying and going onto the YouTube.
Oh no,
and just
we
seeing what
gotta
they're
get it
saying
back in for next year.
for next year. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, right. You get 'em in.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to FORL Season 4, and today we're at China. I'm not quite sure what round this is, but we have a wet qualifying, which is very, 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 very mysterious. Hashtag script. Anyway, we've got wet qualifying, and it should really kind of prove to show where the experienced drivers and the more less experienced drivers will be coming out. But as we can see, all the drivers quickly loading their setups. We quickly look down the grid. We have TRA Reese, we have Trumas,
Rice.
we have Matt Wolfpack, right? Yeah, whatever. We have Oval Dead, Tom123 for the win, who is a very quick driver. We also have the F1 Gamer 12. Shout out, as he is doing a live com stream right now. If you want to go check that out, you can. But props to him for promoting the league. Major Arambe, also a lot of potential in him. He looks like to be a very promising driver, but he'll have to prove it on the track. The Master B Smith, I've never actually seen him before, but he's on an outlap. And Toby is also in the 2004 LMW. Bouncy Fanta, as we know, he's quite a regular racer. We've got Foxtrot, Sync, and Venexia, which we do need to invite back. If that's good.
Yeah, I'll do that quickly
I
now.
can't. No, I think she might be back in the game. I'm not sure. Anyway, Tom for the win.
No, she's not.
Right, the F1 Gamer 12 seemed to try to get a little bit of grip into his tyres. Doesn't really want to put the power down too much, but he's going to want to get some heat into his tyres and heat into the brakes before he starts his lap. Overall dead in the Haas. Personally, one of my favourites. Understeering a lot. And Tom for the win. Looks to be out on track first, which is quite a regular thing that we actually see from him, which is interesting. Just to maybe get the lap in first, set the benchmark, but on another way, he's also letting down some grip, you know, on the surface. He's also, you know, even get some heat in the tyres. It's only in medium conditions, and it seems like he just paused. He's doing. Oh yeah, Rule Dead has a little water at the moment coming out of that one. Everyone gets 12. Still just going to the back straight. Keep it on side in case any was past. Which is quite surprising. Bouncy fans
And as they go on board with Tom123 for the win. Now he's on his outlap.
No, this is his lap.
On his
lap. But
actual lap. That's what I meant.
Interrupts it.
He interrupts it like a whining baby.
He's holding him up. Reese is holding him up.
He's holding him up like he always does.
This is quite a typical thing that we see from Reese, and still he holds him up, doesn't let him past, and
Venexia has rejoined, which is very good for her.
Yeah, that's good. We did try and invite her back, but unfortunately it did not work. But yeah, Tom's lap is ruined to Reese Norman!
Yes.
As Overall Dead goes into the barrier. Really well, anyway, Matt here on a lap, coming out of turn 4 quite slowly, losing the back end, trying to put that power down, but can't quite do it as well. Coming down here, clips the curb. Coming into this
Goes
sharp
on,
little corner,
nearly
he
goes on
misses
the
the apex.
grass. A little bit there.
Osprey Smith actually sets a pole time with a 1:48.4, which is very surprising actually. That's quite a good lap time for someone who isn't really that competitive in this league, to say the least. And Tom 123 for the win actually goes well, less than a few tenths slower, but he did get held up by about, I would say, about 2.5 seconds.
Yes, whereas TRA Race is currently really frustrated with himself because he knows that he was very dirty by doing that.
That's why he should stay for the race, in my opinion, just in AR mode. Anyway, it seems to be another quick straight. We'll be heading into this sharp little hairpin as the game of 12 sets a 152. Sure, there's some mistakes in that lap, but coming into the hairpin now, Matt is going to take a nice line into the hairpin. He's going to miss the apex, but the apex isn't really that critical when it comes down to speed. It's all about exit time. Coming into the final corner now, he actually runs a little bit wide. He loses the back end, but it's good. Coming up to the line, is this going to be up there with the pole lads? No, so 151.8. As so we look to see Tom for the win gets a 0 place grid penalty. Strange.
Well,
that is
I've heard of a 1 place, but not 0 place. I wonder what that might be. I'll go and check quickly now. It will be a collision with another driver.
And the pulsator himself is coming onto a lap, and I don't know if he improved then. Bouncy Panther gets out of the way nicely. That's good commitment from there as he starts going into turn 1.
That is good sportsmanship. As I am on board with him right now, as you can see on your screens currently.
Go into the TV camera. Jesus Christ, that is lovely. Watching him sweep through there.
And he was staying.
You want to talk for this lap?
Staying. He was staying in. Well, I've got a little bit of a glitch right now with my with the gears. I would need to try and sort that out quickly now.
Is it moving it up really
right, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right.
Should fix itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a really clean lap here from B Smith. He's hitting lots of apexes nicely. He's ran perfectly through that sequence of corners, and I really think this is going to be a much faster lap time. Breaking into this sharp left hand that clips the curb. Lovely, jubbly, wow. Runs onto the grass a little bit. Major Arambe says a 48.3, but that was expected from a very skilled driver, and quite classically a really good wet driver as well. As Master B Smith passes a car that is on his out lap. So Master B Smith coming into the hairpin now. Is he gonna hit the apex or is he gonna miss it? Oh, he clips it a little bit. Could have lost a little bit of time, but I feel like he had a good enough exit to recover from that. And going into the final corner now, he cuts the corner a little bit, but as it's on regular, it's not gonna make too much difference. Up to the line, he goes.
And he sets a 1:47.6.
What a great lap time.
And oh no, oh no, he's retired for no reason whatsoever. I think it was just because that was a very solid lap time, so that's possibly why. But of course, we always know top 123 for the win can, in fact, go faster than him, as we have seen in previous rounds.
Well, I feel like that retirement could kind of come around to bite him back in the arse, because the track seems to be drying up, if that's not for me just seeing it myself.
Yes, it looks like it, but because we've got 3 minutes left of the session, I don't think we will be seeing slicks come on.
Yeah, that's correct.
At this very moment in time. Hopefully for the race it will be dry. Interesting to see. As of course,
otherwise they will not be able to settle out.
Yes, I am going to go on board with Mr. TRA Reese to see how he does, as he is on max revs, I mean. Hopefully he can go fast, but I can't see that happening. I can't see him actually going faster than Mr. B Smith.
Wolfpack on his out lap. Let's Vinix go through, which is good sportsmanship. As she is sliding through the third corner, she takes quite a lot of skill to control, especially with a pad user of herself. And let's just go on board with Anixa, because she's definitely got the potential here. So coming into the sharp right-hander of turn 6, is she going to hit the apex? She's going to just skim it and come out a little bit wide, which is quite a nice run through there, to be fair. Coming through the long sweeping left-hander of 8 is going to be, it's very demanding. And she keeps it to the apex, lovely, honestly. And then back down to gear 4 for this right-hander. She has to correct the steering a little bit. Misses the apex, but it's fine. Going into this tricky little double left-hander here, sticks it in gear 3. It's going to hit the apex on the way up there from Vinixa. Coming into the shot left-hander now, is going to break in just before the 100-meter board in this weather, and is going to try and hold the traction and not lose the back end going through this corner. It is one of the most demanding and difficult corners to really sort out in this game, and also this one too. You don't have a good setup, I don't think you're going to really be able to do that well, and she pretty much nails it going through there. And in this way, I don't know if she's going to go for another lap, because she definitely could. The potential is there. However, she's going into the hairpin now. Is she going to take the wider line? No, she clips it just as
wow,
just as Major did, and seems to have worked with us. So maybe that line is actually quicker at this moment.
So is Trimus.
Anyways, we see Vinixa coming up to the line, keep it to the right hand side, and that is going to be second place for Vinixa.
She can go on another lap. I think she is going to try and attempt. No, she's backing off.
However, can we please take on board Tom for the win, who got holed up by Reese, is now coming up to the final corner, right? And knowing him, he's got this.
He is.
He absolutely
and Harambe
takes
has retired.
And he's going to go first.
And he goes fastest. Well, according to Tom123 for the win, in a message he put, people got in my way on both flying laps. And one of those people was Reese. But now, as we go down on board with TRA Reese, who is going to go 8th, that is the fastest he could ever go. Because of pace is an issue for Reese around China, as we have seen multiple times. From Reese. Could he go further down the track? His positions with Wolfpack, the F1 Gamer, and the two. Also, all three of them all on lap times right now. The question is, can Reese stay in P8, or will he drop down 3 positions? The F1 Gamer has not gone faster. He's still in P10. It's only down on the 2 other people, Wolfpack and 2004 LMW. As Wolfpack goes through the final going through the final corner now. I don't think he's going to be going faster than him, and he goes faster than the 2000 than the F1 Gamer, as we now go on board with the 2004 LMW for the final time.
Top of the wing goes faster.
That's unreal. The question is, are we going to see a faster lap time? Yes, and no, Reese is staying in the Reese is staying in his P8, which is very, very nice for him.
Himself put his car in the top 10, just in front of Matt by not much. By Tom for the win, puts his little Sauber on pole. However, he has a 5+ big penalty, so he will be starting from 6th. And the Master B Smith even will be starting pole with Vinixa right next to him.
Well, I do want to remind you, if you do want to get interactive with us during the race, just use use the FRL Twitter handle, which is at FRL underscore. No, let me just quickly go and check quickly now. At Fury underscore FORL. Just use that and then we will be able to see your messages towards us.
My house, that is my neighbour having too much fun.
That's never a good thing to hear. As we now wait onto the grid, our person, of course, is always Reese, rolling up. We're now on the formation lap as I now go on board with the master. As we know, and of course, Wolfpack and Oval Dread both.
You go for the red one, I do.
So, here is the grid order as it will. Smith in first, then it's Venexia, Major Harambe, Sync Reese, Foxtrot Michael 4, Tom123 for the win, Trimus X Reese, Bouncy Fanta, the 2004 LMW, Wolfpack MM, Oval Dread, Tryhard Miles FTW, and AJC. As a lot of you might know, the F1 Gamer 12, one of our new, is currently streaming, which is always very nice to hear from community here for FORL.
Yeah. The green flag and come away the pack on get some grip into his tyres and get a feel for the track, and he's going to be lining up because Vinicius only just came through the final corner, and what can that car do? I feel like Major Rambo got a lot of potential from the group, but also his racing ability. You know, he's a great racer. He just at the inside line for turn 1. Seem to have lost our commentator.
Right, no, we have not lost. Making sure something was
it's
correct.
It's interesting that Vinixio is actually starting on the inside.
Could that be a good move inside? Well,
Smooth,
of course,
however, the inside
do want to wish everybody. Hopefully, he does. And now
anyway.
Here we go, 5 out and away we go here in China. The Master B Smith gets a fantastic, as does the next. It takes him 1 and 2, and he gets pushed
tough for the win, moves up to
by
second
Venexia.
place. Oh dear. The back of the Master Smith, and he's gonna have to tuck back.
Fantastic racing so far.
Is the Mercedes really trying?
He has retired. What's happened to him? He crashed, and nobody else seemed to be involved. And sorry if there's 2004 extras. There's 2 people.
We go back to the battle now. It's Tom for the win. It's pulled to the outside. Now, he's not really going to go for a vicious dive bomb because Tom for the win isn't like that. He knows to play. He knows how to play at the pace. That's what he knows. As the on the track. As the two. As we look further up the is in from Foxtrot, who has a quick little look in this contact. They have to start to forget. It really has.
It's 4. That's the new fastest lap of the race.
He crossed the line first.
Her, you mean, not he.
It's a goal.
And Foxtrot Michael.
He doesn't really want to because he knows that it'll be taken out. So if
I am
just stay away from this.
Actually got himself out of every single incident so far. That must be not being in a lap 1 incident.
Right, this is what I was talking about. We please focus really down the inside of B. Smith and Tom into this tricky turn and he's gonna have slipstream, and I would have thought he's gonna put it in bricks mixture. He's really catching on the back of Tom. And another thing, Venexia and Master B Smith are actually on £7 tyres. Are both on the supers, which is quite frustrating. Or maybe that's just how it's going. Anyway, DRS is now enabled,
which is fantastic to see.
Wide, he's definitely going to get this move now, going up the inside into 3. Space on the inside here. What a move from Smith. Master Beast is really made the vulnerable coming into turn 6, and he's not going to be able to stop that.
Dive bomb McGee from Tom 123 for the win.
I was not a dive bomb. That was really their traction and just really had it. And now we just put his head down on the road, so he's gonna have to catch that guy up. But I believe has gone to dinner. That's the only way.
Well, that is not.
He's having a little look on overall dead. He's not gonna make the move there because that's quite. He's gonna get such a good run out of overall dead around this long sweep. And
overall dead.
Dread. Right. He's closing. Is he gonna have on the inside? No, he's not. This corner, that's an easy position. Session. Tom for the win.
I just need to quickly go and.
Good sign. This is exactly what I knew was going on. That's why I wanted to. Let's just forget about that. That 6 is really catching on to the back of Master B Smith here. And Tiro is catching as well. But Foxtrot Michael really on the back of Major now as well. As overall dead is also on the back, so there's a 3 battle here. Overall dread really gets close back. Yeah. Meanwhile, Tom for the win is close down by 4 seconds, which is phenomenal pace.
Well, Foxtrot Michael and Major Harambe look like they're getting into a bit of a scrap.
Oh god, no, that's not. If that's not the pumpkins, just blown up. Right, you're gonna have to switch what's that as well. Right, guys. Slams into the wall.
You just turn right now. One of those. You just turn right off so you can't. That's what I always leave on the shoe.
Right. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. We've got 20 laps to go. We do, and I'm here with Mr. Tom FORL. Yep.
We just appreciate that on the start finish. And don't really know how that's gonna look on his stream. But now Matt Wolfpack is actually back in his car on lap 8 with super soft tyres, so it's good to see that Matt's back in his car as he was paused. It's always good to see. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay, right. And now as we are back here, I just need to quickly turn that off. As we are back here with Wolfpack, as Tom said, in fact, that he is on the super soft and he's back racing, which is always very nice to see. And Tiara and Reese is in P5, and he promised me that he will get a podium, and I said good luck to that. And if he does get a podium, that would be very, very good for him. But it will be very, very interesting for him to see, as he is in that number 21 Red Bull. And Tom123 for the win is trying to catch up to his teammate Venexia, but she's had a very commanding lead since since near enough lap 1. And Tom's trying to pace himself up, but he just can't get into the at this very moment in time.
I mean, I'll tell you exactly why now, what Tom123 for the win is doing.
Yeah.
I can tell you for a fact of what he's doing. If we also look at the different compound of tyres that that proves my point, right? Of course, Venexia is on the soft compound tyre. She's always going to go further. But Tom now, he's took his supers 10 laps, which is absolutely brilliant for a super soft tyre.
Yep, and of course,
sorry about that.
Tom goes on to mediums.
Yeah, that's a good good decision. Yes! Ooh! Have a little bit of contact coming out of turn 2. Tryhard's going to lose the back end, and Reese Norman's going to cut him right off. Great defending from Reese there. Tryhard Milos for the win now is trying to catch on the back of Reese, but Reese may not be the cleanest, but we all know he's got some decent ability as he gets to practice driving cars with wheels all over, as I say.
The commentators curse. The commentators said to Reese, good luck, because he said that he will get a podium in his podium hopes look like they can now be out of the window because of that. Tom, what do you think of that, mate? Because appalling as...
What is he doing? He's pushing him off.
Illegal manoeuvres there by Reese. He's trying to defend his racing line, but he was nowhere to try. Everybody knew that that Michael was going to win that battle, but of course Reese did not give a flying crap. Reese is not caring whatsoever. He just wants to get revenge on himself. He just wants to make himself have a statement saying, yes, look at me.
Watch him move to the inside just to cover Foxtrot off when he's not going to leave the space. Watch him. Ready? Watch him move to the inside. He's doing it now. Ready? Watch him push him wide. Watch him push him wide. Watch him push him wide. Just watch him. Just watch him. Just watch him.
And look at that. He's doing it now. He's done it now, and he's taken him out. Reese has taken Foxtrot Michael. I've got that on stream, so Reese cannot say that he done nothing. He cannot say that was anything to do with breaking the system. There's nothing there. Foxtrot was just was just a passenger in that. Stop himself. All he could do is just sit there and be cool, calm and collected.
The Foxtrot Michael, and he's just made contact with Major Rambo. He's going to dive it back up the inside.
And now go up onto to see what situation. Hopefully he can overtake Reese, which will be very, very nice to see on this field to worry about from.
Right.
Look and see as he gets DRS on Reese.
I have to go for a few minutes.
Oh my, Harambe with a massive dive bomb there, nearly.
He's not going to pay that one off.
No.
I'll be back.
Reese trying his hardest to do this. And he goes into the pits. He does. I don't know why. I think it's because this is actually his pit window now. Anyway, so now Reese gets I think Reese gets a time penalty because he was in the pits, and Reese has retired. Reese has retired from the session. I don't know why Reese retired for no apparent reason inside the pit box. I think it's because he knew that he was a danger. I think Reese knew that he was a danger to the road, so he just retired himself. Wow, is all what I can say about that. Wolfpack might be, it's going to be very, very happy with himself because he will be in the points due to Reese retiring. And now Foxtrot Michael and Tryhard Miles do not have to worry about Reese ruining their races anymore. And as I now go up onto the front runners with the Master B Smith. As he goes into the pits, and Trimus has got a 5-second stop go because of a collision with AJC Panda. And yes, as I now just look, and AJ Panda might be retiring. No, he's letting Trimus go past. I don't know if that's because he wants to try and take him out or due to another reason. But if he does try and take him out, that would be very unsportsmanlike conduct, and Reese has left the session like he would have done in the first place. Reese must have been fuming about himself because that was no way to take about that. Michael and Harambe, no, I think it was either Miles that he tried to take out Reese. Reese is just a danger. He was just a danger in this race so far. Yes, there are a lot of people that I know that would not be happy with Reese's performance so far in this community. In the community of the FORL drivers, as Tom123 for the win and Venexia are continuing their battle for first. Does get win, that will be a very, very good win for her as she gets DRS on her teammate. Hopefully she can use it effectively to try and gain on him, but of course he is too quick, and he goes and he is carrying on with his day, just staying in P this very moment in time. As I go through the grid order at the moment, we have got Tom123 for the win on pole, then it's Venexia, then Sync Reese in third with the Master B Smith right behind him in P4, then it is Major Harambe and Foxtrot Michael in P5 and 6, then it's Tryhard Miles for the win and Trimus in 7 and 8, then running up the grid, then it's AJC Panda and Wolfpack in 9 and 10. We've got TRR Reese, the F1 Gamer 12, Oval Dread, 2004 LMW and Bounty Fanta all out of the race. P15 and 14 in the 2004 LMW and Bounty Fanta both crashed out on the very first lap, which is never good. As I now go down the grid order and I now look at what's happening with Michael, Trial Miles and Major Harambe in a mid-group pack, as Trial Miles as Michael takes the defensive line and goes and basically cuts off Miles on the racing line. Is that allowed, and would that be fair on Miles as a race as he was on the racing line at the very beginning? And Tom 123 for the win, gets fastest lap with 136.7. That's absolutely eliminated Venexia's lap time. And we've got 10 people finishing at this very moment in time. We do. I wonder who will actually finish this race, and I wonder who will actually win. Who will finish. If you do want to get interactive with us, please just message the chat, or just message us on Twitter, and we'll be able to, and I'll be able to read that out for you. Of course, with everything what has happened tonight, with everything what's actually happened with TRA Reese, I'm actually surprised. I'll be very, very surprised if he does not come out of his shell and say, yes, I do want to apologise, or will for what I done in that race, or will we have one of our long-term watchers, Born Leclerc. He's actually issued Reese a challenge on Twitter, saying for a race, for a little 1v1 on F1. Hopefully you'll be able to take that up, as Venexia is on pole and Tom overtakes her again. Fantastic racing for the battle for first, as I go on board with Venexia now as she looks to overtake Tom again, and she nearly gets pushed by him off the track, but I know that would not be of fault of anybody, because it's a racing incident. And Major Harambe's crashed out. He's just retired because he went onto the gravel trap, as I now go back up onto the battle for first with Tom 123 for the win and Venexia looking. This battle has been happening since the very beginning of the race, to be fair to you all. We've not been covering it as much as we should, as much as we normally do during FORL for the battle for first, and we've not had as many tweets as we normally do. And don't forget, after this at 7 o'clock I think it is, we do have the FORL GP2 live here on the F1 game, on the F1 Game of Fives YouTube channel, and Venexia takes back her pole, what she has deserved throughout this race. And I do want to give a shout out to everybody who is watching on the YouTube live and the on Mixer. And AJC Panda has crashed out. He went straight. He did in sector 2, which is something that you don't see every day. Venexia is now would want to try and run away with this win right now. but I don't think she would like that to happen, as everybody else is not in any way contention of winning this Grand Prix at this very moment in time. Well, Synchrease could be in a shout if he actually gets his pace back up, but of course with AJC Panda retiring, he's left the session due to that. And Venexia is on pole, as you can see, with Tom123 behind her, with and everything else has been the same.
By the way, it's just winning.
Yeah, I know that. I just realised what I just said. And Tom's back finally, as Tom123 for the win gets DRS. Yeah, to try and get the advantage on Venexia, to try and overtake her, but he can't at this moment in time. Can he overtake? No, he can't get anywhere near to make the overtake. Or he could here, but nope, he doesn't want to. Well, of course, Reese retired in the pit lane. Major Harambe and AJC Panda. AJC Panda crashed into the barrier with Major Harambe just retiring. No reason whatsoever. 8 runners at this very moment in time. Hopefully we do get some more people in.
Let's just have a quick look at the YouTube chat. We've got Dragon Pro says hi, and Franco, he's not talking about the racing, so I think we'll just leave that one. Dragon Pro also says, don't forget to subscribe to F1 Gamer 5 for more FORL. Thanks for everything, Tom. I mean, sure you're talking about me there, and yeah, I think you should go subscribe to Tom Fox GG, obviously. Best channel out there. Yeah, anyway, as we talk about it, Tom 1 for the win, goes up the inside into turn 3, going into turn 2, and Venexia is going to hold the inside, and Tom for the win is going to try the under and over and get better traction than Venexia. They're both going to run a little bit right onto the curb. However, Tom for the win now is going to come back up the inside. He's going to go down the 1, 2, 3, and he's Venexia stay around the outside. Unfortunately, that wasn't the place to be at that time, so she rightfully took that place and kind of giving it up, which is what was meant to happen in that situation. So well done.
As I'm now looking at what's happening with.
What happened? What happened? How did Venexia get past?
She done a very clean overtake on
I'm sorry, I completely missed that.
A very clean overtake, and that is not
anyway, Tom for the win now.
See?
DRS open. Is Venexia gonna cover the inside? No, Tom is not quite close enough yet. He's gonna have a little look, but it's definitely not the right time to have a look there. Clips the curb a little bit, just to gain as much advantage as possible. But as I said, clipping that curb is quite a disadvantage in some places, because it's gonna hinder your traction and your back wheel traction. So yeah, but however, it's just these two alone now having a pretty good battle as Tom for the win gets right next to him, and he's in this situation twice as he did the lap before, but this time, no, it's exactly what happened before. He's going to have to take the outside and again try and get the traction, but he gets pushes wide, and he's going to try and, as Venexia runs wide onto the curbs. It's a nice racing line, however, it's not the quickest, but down the inside again. Exactly the same move as from Tom 1, 2, 3 for the win, and this time he's going to stick it for sure.
Yes, hopefully Venexia, hopefully we will see some more unreal overtakes from Venexia, like we did earlier on in the race. As I now just go and see if we have anything. If we have not, we well, that is not very nice to see. That I've just seen on my Twitter feed, which I will not say because
what's happened?
it is quite upsetting. In Leicester Square in London, there has been a stabbing.
Oh no, that's not good.
019 fire
Unless it was Logan Paul.
Are on scene.
Because Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they're both in London, you know.
Yeah, for Wednesday's press conference.
That's correct.
In a place that's very close to me.
Well, as Vinixia is going to go up the inside into turn 2. However, this time Tom for the win is going to have the inside line. Vinixia's going to give that one up pretty quickly. However, back on the tail of Tom 123 now, in a wider line, she's going to have a quick look up the inside into the hairpin. Yes, she is. And Tom for the win is going to try and hold it around the outside. What a good attempt of an overtaking. What good racing can I add from these two? That is brilliant.
Well,
both sticking to the racing line.
Reese actually said to me today that he will get a podium. He promised he will get either 1, 2 or 3 P1, 2 or 3 at the end of the race. And the last place I can see right now is P11, and he's retired. So he has broken a promise right there.
Little bit, 1.5 seconds behind her. If the DRS is going to make a big difference, obviously the drag reduction system giving the car a little bit less downforce and more straight line speed. As Tom for the win runs wide, but it's going to get a nice exit, and that's what I mean by that hairpin. It doesn't matter if you get the curb or not. He completely missed the apex, but wow, did he get a good exit. And again, is pulled away from Venexia coming into the start-finish straight, which is not really an overtaking manoeuvre opportunity with the DRS. Do you know what I mean? It's not really.
Yeah. But of course, we did see. The last race that we did have, I think, was in Malaysia.
I nearly knocked my coke over.
Or when we was in Malaysia last time. That was our very last time out there. It was very sunny Malaysia. But of course, don't forget that we do have the Jeep on the white, and he crashed. He went into the barrier. He went into the barrier like a famous YouTuber.
That's a shame.
The F1 Gamer 5.
6 more laps to go.
Yep, 6 more laps of this Grand Prix.
So next year, it's right on the side here, and it's interesting as Matt has actually crashed out on this back straight, and you'll be able to see him on the right hand side here if you have a look closely on board.
And Major Harambe has left the session, unfortunately, and nope, he is he's not there.
Under brakes,
he's not there. He's just sitting. He's just sitting on the barrier. He is looking aimlessly on at the track.
So you can see there the pit crew just telling the 2,000 guys. This is a whole 43 points for the team here, and the constructors.
And we have just had a we have just got a message from Wolfpack on the YouTube live stream, and it said Soz got bored at 0 time. And 0 time.
I mean, that was still a good 4 points you could have had there, Matt, but it's alright.
And of course we have not, unfortunately, this has not been a very good race at the moment, because we've not had any messages from our from my possible favourite person from Twitter at Mr. B.O.R. Leclerc.
Of course, it was Leclerc.
Because he always makes everybody laugh with the tweets that he puts about us. on his Twitter.
Have you seen my tweet? Do you actually see my tweet?
What is your Twitter handle?
It's... I'll put it in the pie chat. Wait, so you actually need to have my Twitter to...
Is it, Tom on the for? Yeah, I can see it.
What does it say?
Oh wow. Salbers are on it today, but
no. That was last week.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, why do you never read that out? Why do you never see it?
Because no reason.
You don't follow me.
I totally do. And now here we go, Venexia, still in P2 with Tom in front of her. Not how it should be though, because we normally see Venexia in front of Tom in qualifying, and then Tom doing the business like he always does in the race. But of course, Venexia has been going first and second throughout this whole race, and it has been a very, very interesting race, as Tom,
I mean, as I said,
has been saying.
Venexia has been absolutely on it. She's still only second away, and she has got DRS. So as long as she sticks with
now.
Tom through this last 3 or 4 laps.
Who would you say your driver of the day has been today so far?
Oh, Reese Norman. Definitely.
Definitely, it has to be to Reese.
No, but on a serious level though, obviously Tom 123 for the win has been absolutely going to first place and having good.
I'll say
but again, with this overtake right now happening, for next year is my driver of the day.
Same here.
I don't know why she's just been absolutely brilliant, and now she's actually on the back of Tom for the win, and Tom for the win loses the back end and actually forces Venexia wide, as they now go 2 wide, coming into the hairpin, and Tom and Venexia, Venexia, Tom, and Venexia's actually going to have a better run up the inside, go for the one sweep left-hander, Tom's going to have to leave it. No, they're coming side by side!
And she goes in P1, and oh my, and Tom is drifting round the corner. And of course Venexia being a good teammate.
That's really good.
That is sportsmanship.
That's good sportsmanship. I enjoy that.
I'm not going to say sportsmanship because we are gender neutral. It is sportspersonship. Of course, with everything being gender neutral now.
Sportswomanship.
Sportspersonship, because gender neutral. I'm not making fun of that, by the way, if anybody thinks I am.
Well, sportsmanship doesn't specifically mean men. Well, I don't think it is. I thought it just means all gender. But Venexia, great sportsmanship, and she's gonna have to do it all again. That's the thing.
Yes, and I think
but it's all good and well.
If she carries on going up Tom's inside, she could actually get on top and possibly win this race.
Hey, watch out!
I wasn't meaning anything sexually, Tom.
Anyway, back to the race. Oh,
yes.
It's a very good lap time from. Did I just see someone on the grass? Oh my goodness! Can we please spectate this battle for second and third? We've got a battle for first and second, and for second and third. Second and third. Oh, and yes, this is definitely going to be. Oh, I thought that was going to be a fantastic overtake from Master B Smith. Not quite sticking it there. However, Sink is looking very, very vulnerable. Sinkery. This is kind of tricky because we don't know what battle to spectate. However, Master B Smith is. I am going
to stay on board with Venexia here at this moment in time. But
I don't think we should. I think it should be Master B Smith.
Okay, right, I am on board with Master B Smith now. Now let's see if he can overtake Sink here. I don't think he can, as
I think he's got it.
As he now he is going to have DRS. He is going to make this move stick.
What is that from Sink? That is really bad. I don't know if you saw him wiggle there. That is just to break the slipstream.
And he overtakes, and Tom 123 for the win, sets 136.1. Going faster every time.
See, Tom has really pulled his finger out now, and that's it.
And oh my, as Sink has gone into the pits.
Sink is
I don't think that was intent. I don't think that was intentionally one bit.
Sorry, I am wrong. He could be a genius, as he's not going to lose any positions, but he's going for the fastest lap. I didn't think he had enough time, but he's going to have one more lap, isn't he?
Yes.
Is he going to snatch? Is he going to snatch this? See, I think he's made a big mistake here. Because
because he was in the contention for third, and he could have gone on the podium, but at this moment in time, he is not going to go into the podium. I'm sorry to say it, but I think he's made a massive cock up.
No, he has. 100%.
As I'm now on board with Venexia, she's done very well today. I have to admit, she is my driver of the day.
She is everybody's driver of the day. Let's all be honest here.
As she has got DRS, but she can't make anything effective at this moment in time. I spoke to her brother earlier on, and
who hasn't spoke to her brother? Let's be honest here.
And
everybody spoke to her brother.
They were doing time trials around China, and he set one that time, and she went and beat it by 3/10, and he couldn't beat her time. So at the moment, she is beating a GP2. She beat a GP2 driver, which means that she is very, very fast, and of course she can keep up with Tom, which means that she is very, very skilled. If she can keep up with Tom 123. And Trimers sets 135.5.
That's quick. That's really quick.
As we are now on the final lap, as you can see on the top left of your screen, and we are still waiting to see. We still do not know who can win this race, because this battle has been going on for 27 laps. Well, near on 28 laps, of course. It's been going on since the start, as we all know.
And I'm not being funny here, but Venexia needs to get a good exit, because this is her final chance. This is her final chance to really snatch this win off Tom for the win.
Can she do it? If she does do it, I think this will be the best finish for her.
Coming to the hairpin now. Is she gonna go for a? Is she gonna go for a late move under brace? Yes, she is. But unfortunately, she's not gonna be able to do it.
She can't do it. She can only finish in P2 unless she can. No, she can't do it.
And Tom is gonna come over the line to win the Chinese Grand Prix, and runs out of fuel just over the line as well, which is very skillful fuel management.
I think that if they had one last lap, Venexia could have won. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If there was 29 laps.
Master B Smith comes home in third place. A good result. And
of course,
what I'm watching now is Sink. Is Sink gonna set the fastest lap? Is he gonna be able to do it? Runs wide out the final corner. Yes, he does! With a 34.
I get and Sink Reese in the party.
Remember to not press the scores.
And not and Sink Reese. Shall I get Triumph Miles in, or?
No. Can we go with Sink, please?
Okay.
Right, come with
Tom is in the party. Yep.
Wait. And Master B Smith. Okay, Master, please keep quiet just for the period in time. But Tom, could you please include your audio? Tom?
Yo.
Hello! Wow.
Hello.
Just what? What a race. We just have to admit it. What a race from both of you.
Yeah, it was good battling. Vinicius did a great race. We had a few close moments, but we got through it, and yeah, I was unfortunate in quality to get 5th-place grid drop, but I got a good start.
Can you please explain to us what happened between you and Lewis?
Was that the Renault?
In qualifying.
Was so I was on the hot lap. I don't know if he was, but I was a good second behind him at the start of the lap and caught up to the back of him on the lap, and I overtook him, I think. And then it was just mayhem.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it doesn't really matter where you qualify, you're always going to win. That's how it proves to be. But do you think if you had have kept your pole time, you could have definitely got that win and